Real life trolling Antifa with Russell. Hey everyone, recently I was allowed back on Facebook after getting another 30-day ban, this time for writing, "But illegals are criminals." Yes, I got banned for that. And I see that Russell of Patriot Prayer, the whole Patriot Prayer crowd there in Oregon, he mentioned me in one of my recent videos, Antifa being racist #1, which was a video that took place at an Antifa protest of ICE in Portland, Oregon.
Watch this handcuffed Antifa run.
You say thank you to being a Nazi? Just a thank you to being a Nazi! Oh my God!
Good job, man. You fucking nigger to the white man! You are the nigger! You are the nigger! You are one!
God, what a numbnut.
Anyway, in his live stream, Russell launched into some amazing and really funny stories about what he and, say, Tiny and Joey Gibson and Haley, aka Rebel Barbie, see my future video about some stuff that she's been doing recently. It's gonna be really good. The things that they did to subvert Antifa's ICE protest there in Portland. Anyway, check this out and prepare to laugh your ass off.
Hey, what it is. So, just made a video touching back on last summer at the Occupy ICE protest there in downtown, or not downtown Portland, it was in Portland. And, which brought back some, because last night we had got some new information about the times that we at Patriot Prayer, most notably Joey, Tiny, myself, Haley and her mom, Conchetta, and a few other core members. We all went down there and went down in the daytime and went down at night. But let me digress and go back to the stories. His video touches up on how, and that we've known this for all along, they do the same thing to us, how using the racial and misogynistic and homophobic slurs towards everybody other than them. Like, they have no problem calling people the N-word, body shaming, like they call Donovan fat and everything else. Donovan likes food, big deal. and they go faggots, all those other names. Anyway, which brought back the ICE things we heard. I'll say, okay, when we went back to ICE, well, they digress even farther, because from the very first day that they took over that camp, I was sabotaging them every single day, making their life hell. And they had no idea who it was. To this day, they probably still don't know if it was really me or not, but it was me. Every single day, I was sabotaging them. I even went as far as, I had all this fertilizer I used for growing my plants, and it had been fermenting for a while, and it was just rancid. I mean, it was like a dairy field. It was terribly smelling, and it sticks. So I went and mixed some more chemicals in with it, like bonding agents and oils, so that if it got on you, it'd stick, and you couldn't wash it off. You know, because I like chemistry. Anyway, so I used this stuff. I was spraying them like every day, getting them really good. So this is before they had their walls up. So I did like 3-4 nights in a row, and then Donovan went and I went down and got them really, really good one day. They got it in their mouth. From that day on, they started building their walls. And it's like, oh, funny how now you guys think you need a wall. You took over the ICE building in protest of a border wall, yet you built a border wall. Not only did they build a border wall, They established their immigration policies. The people in the neighborhood used to use a trail to go through the two buildings. They wouldn't let those people use a trail anymore. They had to go through the wall. They had to go through a checkpoint. They had to be made sure that they were safe to travel through their own trail before they'd be allowed to get through. And they had their own little ICE detail, or anybody that they disagreed with, they had these group of people go in, grab them, and kick them out. So basically, they became everything that they were there to protest. It was so ironic. And to this day, they still don't realize that the border wall and immigration control is a necessity. They still don't understand that. All it is they just want to be in power. That's all it is. They approve of all the policies. They just want to be the ones to say yes or no to everything. I mean, that's point blank, the end story. Anyway, I digress to get back to the other root of the story. So we go down there on the first time. It was a daytime. And they already have all their walls up. They've already chased out businesses and the local residents, and everything's tormenting. They've been there for like a month. So we go down there, Patriot Prayer. We go down there and we confront them in broad daylight. And all Antifa's there and all the ICE guys are there. And ICE guys come over to us and they go, hey, if stuff gets rough, don't worry about it. We got your back. We're just going to take them down. I was like, sure thing. So we're going to get rowdy. Anyway, to make a longer story even longer, we found out last night that when we showed up during the daytime that day, they got all freaked out. All the Antifa people, they went back towards the middle of the camp, towards the end of the buildings, near the Tesla dealership. They had this little like workout area set up where they had punching bags and stuff. All these guys started going over there and they're punching on the punching bag. They're taking these little plastic swords, wherever the hell they are, and they're beating us up. They're LARPing. They're building themselves up for confrontation with us.
He's gonna go on his ass here.
It's so awesome they still lose. As it was, it turned out they came out after, it was like, we were there for like 20 minutes, half an hour. I figured they were just over there trying to get stoned and high, and it took them 20 minutes for the drugs to kick in enough to get enough balls to come out and confront us. There was only like 10 of us, and what, 80 of them? The odds were pretty even. Anyway, they get all spun up, they finally come out, and they're going to confront us, and they're doing their chanting. This guy, Tiny's trying to speak, and they're just bouncing this freaking this metal bowl on the concrete, trying to make a bunch of noise and everything. It's all on video too. It was hilarious. But the fact that they spent a good half hour building themselves up, beating up on a punching bag.
It didn't even register.
And doing all this other crappy stuff. To get the courage to come out and confront just the handful of us is just, you have no idea how satisfying that is. The fact that just 10 of us can terrorize over a couple hundred of them. See, that's the world we live in. So you guys that want some action, you really want to do this day to day, you know, you don't walk around in your Trump shirt down in, say, red areas. Move up here for a little while. Walk around downtown Portland waving your American flag, wearing your MAGA hat, your MAGA shirt. Do that for a while. We do it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Oh, okay, now I digress. Go back to the second half of the story. Then we went back 3 nights later. We went back in the middle of the night because after we showed up in Portland that day, their leader, Mayor Ted Wheeler, who at that time had encouraged them to be there and take over the ICE building. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he orchestrated the whole thing. It would not, because he's an activist, mayor, piece of shit. Sorry, language. Anyway, he set him up. So we showed up, and he puts out a deal where now they have to leave, and they have to like midnight or whatever, and he's gonna force them to go and everything. And most of them are complying and leaving. So we decided that we were ready to go down there and ensure that they're leaving. So we went down there, just a handful of us, mostly Joey, Tiny, Donovan, myself, Haley and her mom were there. A couple other people showed up to help us, and a few of the people who lived in the neighborhood who really didn't like Antifa down there taking over their neighborhood. we went down there. We started throwing down barriers, and they all run. They ran. There was like 100 of them, and they ran from a little handful of us. They ran. They didn't even take the time to get worked up because it was dead of night. It was dark. We played total boogeyman. We were jumping over the fences on this side, that side, and then they had the little makeshift poles and spears out there. Joey's over there talking to him. And one guy's like, he's gonna poke him with the spear. He's on this little pedestal up high. You know, I'm just laughing. I'm across the street. We get this table we stole from him. And we're all sitting on it, just kicking my feet back and forth. This guy's shaking his pole at Joey. I yell at him, you better put that pole away. I'm walking over and grab it from you and shove it up grass. You know what he did? He put the pole away. Anyway, that's the rest of the story. You want to know any more, just hit me up.
Alright, so there you go, folks. Thank you all for watching, and special thanks to Russell, Joey Gibson, Haley, Tiny, and everyone else in Portland, Berkeley, and Boston. Dan Durst the Worst. Check out his channel. Actually, click on the icon at the end of this video to subscribe to his channel. Check it out. He's like a one-man army who goes and, usually by himself, goes and films Antifa and faces them down and argues with them and opposes them. Also, click on the icon for Patriot Warrior Media. He got hospitalized by Antifa because he was filming them, and guess what? He came right back again, and he's been doing it over and over and over again. Special thanks to Very Fake News and everyone else, so many other people who do the things that they do. It's amazing that you guys do what you do, and thank you all for watching. Peace, love, freedom, and equality.